transporters have commended the state government for ensuring that the economic gap created by fuel subsidy removal is closed. This is coming on the heels of the announcement of different palliatives by the government, Professor Chukuma Sundu. Then come as well.
The federal government recently announced a number of palliatives to Nigerians to be implemented by governors of the 36 states. Anambra state government immediately swung into action by coming up with its own already planned palliatives for its citizens, as announced by the governor, Professor Chukuma Soludo.
Anambra state government will be distributing rice to over 300, I would go there to say, but targeted about 400,000 households in the coming weeks across the 326 wards in Anambra.
The people are happy with this move, but want government to explore more areas that will improve on the living standard of the people.
The news was well received by everybody because it's like manna from heaven.
I'm sure it will go a long way to ameliorate the sufferings of civil servants in Anambra State. I'm very optimistic that the workers will smile home and cushion the effect of this hardship.
The people are optimistic that they will be light at the end of the tunnel in Oka, Ndakalo.
And Chinyere Fesio is standing by in Oka to tell us the modalities put in place by the state government to ensure an inclusive participation of the targeted citizens, especially farmers. But before then, let's take, okay, we've already taken in-depth report on palliative. So, Fessi, you can go ahead.
Okay, before now, the people of Anambra State are being faced with a lot of challenges following the economic hardship occasioned by the fuel subsidy removal. But feelers we are getting from town today is that of excitement following the announcement of the palliatives by the state government. To many of them, especially the public servants, the retirees, transporters, and so on, it is a win-win situation. And they're saying that this palliative will go a long way in having positive cyclic effects on many households. And with me to throw more light on this latest development in town is the Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning in Anambra State, Chiamaka Nnake. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, what do you have to tell us about the latest development in town, the palliatives being rolled out by the state government, and the economic impact it will have on the masses?
The palliative announced by Mr. Governor on Monday is actually is an interim response to ameliorate the impact of fuel subsidy on the Anambra. So what is expected to do is actually just to help people to actually keep up. It's an interim response. We have a more long-term, medium to long-term response for the state. However, we understand what is currently happening, the current economic realities, and we think that the Anambra needs to actually start feeling the response from the government, and also in the near future, also even a bigger plan. So this is one of so many things we aim to do, but this is like an immediate and shorter response to this impact of fuel subsidy. So this is short term. We have medium to long term plan that the Anambra will see in the next few months. Yeah.
How would the state government ensure that these palliative does not toe party lines in its implementation?
Prior to now, the Anambra State government was already working on a social register, which is actually aimed towards identifying the most vulnerable persons in Anambra State. And this is according to, we have a kindred structure in Anambra State. So we actually drilling down to the smallest community unit in Anambra State. So that will actually be a guide and ensure that everybody affected are from Anambra State and not anything, irrespective of their political divide. I'm not sure that is actually what we are looking at this time, but in the Anambra to be specific. Yeah.
Okay, some people are still asking, why is this palliative coming now? Because some have been expecting it to have come earlier than now.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a very great concern. However, this impact, the first subsidy removal came from the federal. So what the state has been doing is actually to look at the federal and see what the body language is. What is it that is what is the federal government doing, and how can Anambra State benefit from it essentially. We don't want to do multiple releases, so we wanted to have a more comprehensive response before we actually speak to the Anambra. And this is actually what we're able to achieve. Because if you look through the plan, you see that it's very comprehensive, very broad, multi-sectoral, touching every aspect of concern for the Anambra. And that was what we aim to achieve with that. The delay, you notice, if that was even delayed in the first place. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. That's it from the Honorable Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning. We'll keep updating you as events unfold on this development in the states.
Many thanks, Chinyere, for that update. And away from palliative matters, Nigeria and the United Arab Emirates